Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art, and I am going to do another card reading, and this time I'm going to use this book, The Celestial Tarot. It's actually a tarot reading, but I'm not going to read from the book. I'll read the answers from this really quick little book. It should give us the quick and dirty of what the cards are giving us as an answer. It's interesting because I do tarot cards and I run my angel cards, I would say on the regular, not every day, but once or twice a week to ask questions and guidance. It's kind of a different way to pray. I guess that's what some people would call it, but I don't know what people call it. I call it divine messages. The people that created these cards worked on them a long time, studied the tarot, studied different aspects of spiritual learning to be able to give us these messages. So what I'm doing is I'm shuffling the cards. You can't really see it, but I am going to, oops, there's a card that fell out. That's our first card. So I'm going to do the same 3-card reading. My question tonight, and I think the universe knows my question, is I want to know if the nuclear industry will ever be held accountable, if there's going to be any if anybody's going to ever be held accountable on this, if we're ever going to get the truth, if we will be able to be, through all of our efforts to bring these people to justice, to get them to stop poisoning our earth. I believe we'll be able to find solutions, but my question is really, will any of these people be held accountable? We've had 80 years of 100% nuclear denial and millions and millions. When you think of all the deaths that this has caused, it's caused millions of deaths, millions of childhood diseases, and millions of cancers. It's incomprehensible that we have this complete nuclear silence, especially when, like tomorrow, I'm going to climate action in Salem, Oregon tomorrow. And I actually call it climate collapse because the environment is collapsing. But I think it is collapsing in a very large portion because of the nuclear industry. So I want to know, will any of these people be held accountable, and will we be able to make them pay? Like, are they going to have to, did they just get a free ride, or did they just get to kill us, murder, death, kill? So I'm going to keep shuffling until we see a card that pops up. That's kind of how I do it. I just keep going. Like, see, this one popped up, so I'm going to pull that one out. And whenever cards pop up, unless they pop out one at a time, that's not the card that the universe wants to send us. So I'm pulling a 3-card spread, past, present, and future. And if it doesn't really, a card doesn't pop up, I end up just laying it down and randomly selecting a card. So it takes a little bit of a minute. I know it's 3 minutes in. I still haven't pulled all of our cards, but that's just what happens when you're doing a card reading, and you just have to be patient, because I really do want to get a good answer on to whether any of these people in the nuclear industry are going to be held accountable, because they've done nothing but control the narrative since day one. And we've all had to comply and say Sig Heil, even as all of our children get autoimmune diseases, and a card popped up. So here we go. Past, present, and future. And the question is, will any of these people be held accountable? So let's see what the cards tell us. And I think I might end up pulling one of these cards depending on how long this takes. And actually, I'll pull maybe one of the angel cards too. So let's see what we have. And little old blind me, I have to take my glasses off. So we got this, the 2 of Cups, the Ursa Major. And look at how this looks. Look at this card. If you can look at all of the Ursa Major that's the bear. That's what we see up in the sky. So it's the 2 of Cups. And we are going to read what it says on this. The 7 stars forming the tail and lower back of the great she-bear in the constellation of Ursa Major are commonly known as the Big Dipper. Ursa Major is the northern polar constellation representing the Two of Cups. The nadir of feeling has been plumbed and emotions are about to be transformed. The great she-bear, the goddess's surrogate mother, protects the new phase of relating. On an oracular level, this card suggests an important relationship will be transformed through the revelation of deeper feelings, honesty, and integrity. Wow. That's what's been lacking, hasn't it? Honesty, integrity, and feelings. They have had no feelings. So that is the foundation. And this is the present. Aquila, the Two of Pentacles. Wow. Here, let me show you this card. This is a great oracle book. If you guys want a good deck of cards, this one, I really recommend it. The book itself is very deep. It explains a lot of the history of how these cards were created. This book, the book really goes into it. This is just the quick and dirty that we're reading, just to save time. Two of Pentacles. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I just learned this after doing YouTubes for about, like, how long have I been doing it? 6 or 7 years. The number one thing that will help my channel be found, like if people start searching for me, is for people to actually listen to the whole YouTube video. So I'm going to ask you that even if you lose interest in this, please leave it on and just let the whole thing, put it on mute and let the whole thing play through. Because first off, we know that YouTube is suppressing channels, which I know they're suppressing our channel because we report on nuclear contamination. But if people were listening to the whole video, 15, 20 minutes or however long it goes on, it actually bumps you up. So that's really important for my YouTube videos to be watched all the way through. I don't monetize, so it really is indicative of just how long it's being watched and how much time it will go. And we're on the Two of Pentacles. Let me find this. So the Two of Pentacles, this is our present. Zeus's eagle Aquila abducted the young Trojan prince Ganymede and delivered him to Olympus, where he became cupbearer to the gods. Combining the beauty of Ganymede, which is Venus, and the authority of Zeus, which is Saturn, indicates the need for both control and balance of personal resources, whether they are emotional, physical, or financial. The eagle, emblematic of power and authority, is an omen that the resourceful potential of the individual will be recognized. The card implies the necessity to forge a fertile relationship between commerce and creativity, work and play, striking the balance between the masculine need to take action and the feminine way of allowing things to happen. Well, let's see what this one portends. Cepheus, 8 of Cups. That's our future. This is the net result if things will happen. If this is how things will go if nothing changes. That's very interesting, considering we're asking if these people will be held accountable. I think it really depends on us, doesn't it? That's the 8 of Cups. On our determination. We definitely need to strike new relationships, though. The 8 of Cups. Throughout antiquity, kings represented this constellation. In myth, Cepheus was instructed to sacrifice his daughter. Therefore, the card asks, what needs to be sacrificed to restore a harmonious relationship with spirit? I think it's called profit. The 8 of Cups signals periods of withdrawal while these feelings are being worked through. Often the central trigger for this self-examination is a relationship. On an oracular level, the card suggests a journey of the heart, which may also materialize in a physical journey. Whatever way this unfolds, the individual is transformed through sacrificing their defensiveness. Wow. That kind of speaks to me because that's what I'm doing. sacrificing my defensiveness. Hold on while I cough. There you go. I mean, I have to say, I've been doing YouTube videos and the radio podcast now for 6 years. Doing these card readings really causes me anxiety. I think about it for days, but I feel very compelled to keep doing it. I'm going to ask the same question of the Spirit Guide cards by John, I think it's John Holland. That's right. So I'm going to think about this. Will these people in the nuclear industry ever get held accountable? And I think the cards that we just read really talk about our responsibility and our need to change the conversation with these people, because they have had nothing but control. But what I really want to know is, will these people be held accountable? Can we really call them to account? And what needs to be sacrificed is our defensiveness. Well, like, we have been hiding in the shadows because we're so freaked out and afraid of the nuclear industry, because we know they kill people. Like, they kill children. So, of course, anti-nuclear activists are freaked out about it all. I mean, it's beyond comprehension. So, sorry I'm looking down so much, but I can't exactly look down and shuffle cards and see which ones fall out, although I probably could. Just wait for the card to pop out of the deck. Keep thinking about, will the nuclear industry be held accountable? Will we ever be able to get the nuclear industry to take responsibility and change what they're doing and stop murdering the planet and honestly have a card popped out? That's the Foundation. Let's get to the present. So this is what I do when I do my cards. I think about something that's really bugging me, and then I ask for spiritual guidance, and the cards always give me some type of an answer that helps me reflect on what needs to be done, you know. Here's another one. I wish I'm going to have to figure out how to make it so that you guys can see me doing the cards. I'm not entirely at all happy with the way this room is set up right now. The whole thing is way too crowded for me, but I just don't have time to deal with it, so it's kind of gotten too busy in here. Okay, so the Foundation says, ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Let me take this down a wee bit. So this is the card. Figure that one out. These John Holland cards are awesome. And what does the little booklet say? Ground yourself. See what the whole reading says. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Spirit has carefully selected this card for a reason. It's now vital that you ground yourself in order to clear your head and stop the racing, frenetic, chaotic thoughts that are sending you in a million different directions. It's time to take a firm step back so you can think clearly again and achieve your full potential. You need to reconnect with the divine source, but to do so, you have to ground and center yourself. Spend some time in the peace and tranquility of nature, whether that's in the countryside or at the beach, so you can be with yourself. Walk barefoot on Mother Earth when you can, or dig your hands deep into her soil by gardening. Take time to meditate, breathe, and absorb the healing qualities of stillness and serenity. By grounding yourself, you are also aligning with your highest soul purpose, and yet still keeping both feet firmly on the ground. Wow. So the present is intuitive nudges. We keep getting that one. Didn't we get the intuitive nudges last time? Wow. Here, I'll show you the card and then I'll read the book. Intuitive nudges. Pretty amazing. So maybe we will be able to. I think it really talks about ourselves, like we actually have to develop ourselves in order to change the conversation here. Intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, to the universe, and to our divine spirit. This card comes forth at this time because we are here in the spirit world. We here in the spirit world hear your request for an answer. We ask you not only to seek guidance from us, but also to listen to your natural intuition that is sending you nudges. The answer is already waiting for you. Hold on, I have to cough. You were born intuitive. Everyone is. As life has a way of adding ever-increasing layers and years of responsibility to your physical world, it's often hard to peel back those layers so you can feel, sense, and know when an answer arrives. No shit, Sherlock. We ask you to trust and embrace what you're physically feeling as your body works in partnership with your intuition. Be aware of your dreams, synchronistic signs, books that may come to you, people entering your life, or even numbers that keep reappearing. These are intuitive nudges. Once you learn to trust your intuition, you will see yourself in the world in the way you never thought possible. Wow, so does that mean we get to actually hold these people accountable? Reach out. Wow. That's what the card looks like. And I'm going to read the book. Read the book, my dear. Wow. Reach out. We know you are reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. The spirit world is handing this card to you for a specific reason. For many of us, we believe that we can cope with almost anything that's thrown at us, any crisis or turmoil in our lives. But sometimes it's just impossible to actually cope on our own. No shit, Sherlock. That's where we're at with the nuclear industry. There will be times, and by receiving this card, it probably signifies that this is one of those times when it's totally okay to reach out and ask for some support. You can't do everything on your own, and the first step is to stop and acknowledge that you could use some help. Once you allow the support to be offered, not only will you feel better, but you'll also be able to achieve so much more. Your health and well-being will be re-energized, and you'll find new ways of coping, both with this current situation and, more important, with those in the future. Also remember, you have help and support there among your friends and family in the physical world, as well as here in the spirit world. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to definitely read from the angel card readings. So I'm going to pull out the angel cards. This is Mark Bajerski's angel cards. I read from them last week. And I will, I'm still going to pull 3 cards, past, present, and future, because this is a big issue. Will the nuclear industry ever be held accountable? And it definitely looks like it will be, but it's going to take for us to get out there and ask for help, for us to move beyond our comfort zone, all of us, and for us to acknowledge each other. So will the nuclear industry ever be held accountable? Will we ever be able to, take the power away from the nuclear industry? They control the whole entire conversation. So will we be able to actually create a change? Will they ever be held accountable? Ooh, I guess that one's coming flying out. There you go. That's one. That's the foundation, huh? It's kind of interesting because I can't see the cards. I'm pretty blind without my glasses on, so I can't even tell what I'm pulling out until I actually really look at it. I'll have to look at it close. So are we going to ever be able to hold the nuclear industry accountable? Will we be able to change the conversation so that they don't destroy the planet? So if you guys have any interpretation on these cards, please definitely make comments. I would love an ongoing conversation about this. This is kind of scary for me to have to do the cards, but I feel compelled to do it. Compelled to share this part of me with you. I've never really shared this part of myself with you after all these long years. But I think these cards are really awesome. I've gotten them in the last couple years and they've given me great guidance. So are we going to be able to hold the nuclear industry accountable? And I think this will be pretty much a pretty firm answer, whatever comes up here. Angel cards are always, these angel cards from Mark Bajerski are pretty right on. Always tuned in. Oh, there you go. All right, so we have 3 cards. This is the foundation. The Angel of Dreams. I am your angel of dreams, and all I ask is that you believe. Whatever your dreams or yearnings, this is your moment. This is your time to awaken and realize them. I am here to let you know that there is nothing you can't achieve. Today your dreams begin. Aim high and dream like you've never dreamed before. It is all coming to you now. Yeehaw! We like that idea. So this is the present. Angel of higher spiritual teaching. Wow. You have been chosen to do Spirit's work, to be a voice and messenger. Today, smile brightly and open your heart to this gift. Remember always, with this great power comes even greater responsibility. Never force your messages. Know that Spirit will always bring the right people to you at the right time to hear them. You are now ready to go forward and shine brightly. Wow. And this is our future, guys. Angel of divine timing. Oh, this gives me chills. Yes, your divine time has come. This is your moment, and it could not be a more beautiful one. Spread your wings and fly. It is your time. It's your life. So fly, angel, fly. Wow. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think that was a great reading. Like, for me, it gave me some really good guidance about all of it. We will be able to hold these people accountable. We just need to follow our intuition. We need to ask for help. We need to reach out. We need to have some integrity and honor. We need to change the conversation. In fact, we are changing the conversation. That's what this tells me. Just by doing this, we're changing the conversation. So I would love to have some comments. If anybody wants to make a comment about the cards, for me it was a pretty clear message, but I'd love to have some of your interpretations. Please, once again, I do ask you to just let the video play. If you've lost interest, just let it play and turn the sound down so that the video can play all the way through so we can get my channel bumped up there on YouTube's. So put your courage feet on, you guys. We'll talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoy my interview this week with Dave Parrish. I thought it was really awesome. Talk to you guys later. Ciao.